Hi students, so today we are going to study chapter 5, which is quadratic equations. And before I give you the meaning of the word quadratic, let me tell you that there are two kinds of equation. One is called the linear equation, right? We studied this in class 8 and it used to look like x plus 3 is equal to 8. Why it is called a linear equation? Because the power of the variable, what is the variable here? X. What is the power? 1. So all equation where the variable has the power 1, it is called a linear equation. Now let me give you another example. 3x square plus 5x plus 9 equal to 0. In this case, the power of the variable, the highest power of the variable is 2. And so all such equations are called quadratic equations. So in this chapter, we are going to discuss quadratic equation, the equations where the power of the variable will be 2. So if I just ask you a question, if I add 4x cube here in this equation, will this be a quadratic equation? No, it will not be a quadratic equation, because I said, and very important, that the highest power of the variable should be 2, but it is not in this case. The highest power has become 3, so it is not a quadratic equation. So let me rub this and make it a quadratic equation. Second important point, whenever we used to solve the linear equation, for example, this one, I'll get the value of x as 8 minus 3, 5. So whenever I solve a linear equation, I only get one value of x. But when I solve a quadratic equation, I get two values of the equation. Very, very important difference, right? Whenever we solve a quadratic equation, we get two values of x. Now, important point. When there are two values of x, either they can be equal, right? Or they can be unequal, or they can be imaginary, which cannot be defined, right? So there can be only three possibilities. These roots which you have found, the solution when you have found, either they can be equal, maybe 3, 3, 5, 5, minus 2, but they will be equal. Or they can be unequal. One is 3, another is 7. Or they are imaginary, which cannot be defined at all. Now, how to find whether in an equation the roots or the solution or the values of x are equal, unequal, or imaginary? There is a magical expression which we use to find this, and that magical expression is b square minus 4ac. Now, what is b, what is a, what is c? So all the quadratic equation, they can be in general written as ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So if I compare this generic equation with this equation, I can say that the value of a is 3, b is 5, and c is 9. Just simply compare these two equations, right? A is 3, B is 5, and C is 9, right? Very easy. You can get the values A, B, and C. Now, if you put these values in this magical expression called b square minus 4ac, and the b square minus 4ac, if the value comes to 0, then my roots or my variable values will be equal. Very important. If b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, which means a positive number, right, greater than 0, then my roots will be unequal. And the last one, if my b square minus 4ac value comes less than 0 or a negative number, then my roots are imaginary. As simple as this. And this, if you understand, you'll be able to solve the full exercise. And let me give you one example by solving this equation. And this question says, find the value of k for which the equation 3x squared minus 6x plus k is equal to 0 has distinct and real root. Okay, what is the meaning of distinct? Distinct means different, unequal, which means that b square minus 4ac should be greater than 0. So my first step is that I will compare this equation with the generic form ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. And I will find the values of a, which is 3 in this case, b, which is minus 6 in this case, and c is k, right? Very simple. If I compare, a is 3, b is minus 6, and c is k. Now the time has come to find out the b square minus 4ac, which is given that it is greater than 0. Why? Because it says that the roots are distinct. So for me, in this case, b square minus 4ac is greater than 0. Now let me put the values. What is b? Minus 6 whole square, minus 4 into a is 3, and c is k greater than 0. What is minus 6 square? 36. Minus 4 3s are 12k is greater than 0. Now, I hope you remember my inequation video. Minus 12k is greater than minus 36, right? So when I remove the minus sign, I will have to change this inequality sign. So k less than 36 upon 12. So k is less than 3. And this is the final answer. So find the value of k for which the equation has distinct roots. K is less than 3. For all the values of k which is less than 3, this equation will have distinct roots. I hope you could understand what I tried to explain. Just a repetition, a quadratic equation is the one where the highest power of x is 2, right? It is called a quadratic equation. Second most important thing, the quadratic equation will have 2 values. Third most important thing, either they will be equal, or they will be unequal, or they will be imaginary. Now there is a magical expression called b square minus 4ac. Find the value of b, a, and c by comparing it with the generic equation. You get a, b, c, put it here, find out whether it comes to 0, greater than 0, less than 0. In this question, it was already given that the roots are different, that the values are different. So what I used was b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, the middle one. And while putting the values, I could get the value of k, and this is exactly what the question asked. I hope you liked it. See you in the next one.